Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into the video. The Bold and the Beautiful for Thursday, July 10th, 2025. Prepare yourself for a roller coaster of emotions as we impact the chaos surrounding Luna's dangerous actions, the life and death struggles at University Hospital, and the unsuspecting bliss of Hope and Carter amidst a brewing storm. This extended exploration will not only recap the intense drama, but also introduce fresh perspectives, intricate details, and compelling twists to enrich the narrative. Let's immerse ourselves in the heart of Los Angeles' most captivating soap opera storyline, where every moment pulses with tension, heartbreak, and unexpected hope. Luna's descent into chaos, a deadly misstep. At the center of this electrifying episode is Luna, a young woman whose inner turmoil has erupted into a catastrophic display of recklessness. Once a character striving for redemption, Luna now finds herself at the epicenter of a violent storm of her own making. She adamantly insists that her intentions are pure, proclaiming to anyone who will listen that she harbors no desire to harm or threaten a soul. According to Luna, the darkness of her past foretaking lives seemed almost second natural as a chapter she's desperate to close. She yearns to be recognized as a transformed individual, someone craving acceptance and empathy rather than fear. However, her actions paint a starkly different picture, one drenched in peril and unpredictability. The situation escalates when Luna, in a misguided attempt to assert control, or perhaps defend herself, brandishes a firearm she's woefully unprepared to handle. Her inexperience with a weapon becomes a ticking time bomb, and the tension in the room is palpable as her trembling hands betray her bravado. Witnesses describe a chilling scene where her eyes dart nervously, revealing a cocktail of fear and desperation. It's a tragic irony that Luna's plea for understanding collides so brutally with her dangerous impulsiveness, setting the stage for a disaster no one could have foreseen. The first to fall victim to this deadly mishap is Sheila, a woman whose own controversial past makes her no stranger to conflict. As she bravely attempts to disarm Luna, perhaps driven by a rare flicker of maternal instinct or sheer survival, a gunshot rings out. The bullet finds its mark and Sheila collapses, her fate hanging in the balance. Moments later, Liam, ever the protector, bursts into the scene, his presence startling Luna and further unraveling the already fraught situation. In the ensuing chaos, more shots are fired and soon Liam and Luna herself are also down, rolled on the cold floor in a tableau of tragedy. The air is thick with the metallic scent of blood and the weight of what has just transpired, leaving bystanders in a state of utter shock. University Hospital race against time. Across town, the dedicated medical team at University Hospital springs into action. Their white coats a blur as they prepare for the monumental task of saving 3 lives, is teetering on the edge. Dr. Finn, known for his unyielding determination and surgical precision, leads the charge, his brow furrowed with the weight of responsibility. Beside him, Dr. Grace, a seasoned physician with a calming presence, works to stabilize the patients, her hands steady despite the urgency. Dr. Bridget, returning to the fold with her signature compassion, completes the trio, her eyes reflecting both fear for the victims and a fierce resolve to defy the odds. The operating rooms buzz with controlled chaos as machines beep incessantly. Monitors flash vital signs and nurses dart between stations with life-saving equipment. Each patient presents unique challenges. Sheila's wound is critical, piercing dangerously close to vital organs. Liam's condition is compounded by an underlying health crisis yet to be fully revealed to his loved ones. And Luna, though a perpetrator in this nightmare, is also a victim of her own spiraling choices. Her injuries severe, but perhaps not as grave as her conscience. The doctors exchange turf-focused dialogue, knowing that every second counts. Outside, the anxious family members and friends pace the sterile hallways, their whispered prayers mingling with the antiseptic air. For Luna, the consequences of this day may extend far beyond physical scars. Whispers among hospital staff suggest that her father, once a pillar of reluctant support, is now grappling with a profound sense of betrayal and disappointment. Their already fragile bond seems on the verge of shattering completely, leaving Luna to face not just legal repercussions, but an emotional exile from the one person she might have turned to for solace. Could this be the moment that defines Luna's future, casting her as an irredeemable outcast in the eyes of those she once called family? Hope and Carter bliss in the eye of the storm. Meanwhile, oblivious to the life-altering drama unfolding mere miles away, Hope and Carter bask in a bubble of romantic optimism that feels almost real against the backdrop of such tragedy. Their world is one of whispered sweet nothings and shared dreams, a sanctuary carved out amidst the usual turbulence of Forrester family dynamics. The couple, nestled in a cozy corner of a quaint cafe overlooking the city, sketches out plans for a future filled with love and laughter. Their laughter rings out a stark contrast to the somber tones at University Hospital as they discuss venues for their upcoming wedding. A garden ceremony under a canopy of roses, perhaps, or a beachside vow exchange with the ocean as their witness. Carter, ever the thoughtful partner, expresses his deep commitment to not only Hope, but also to her daughter Beth. His promise to be the best stepfather imaginable is laced with sincerity, his voice softening as he envisions helping Beth with school projects, cheering at her soccer games, and being a steady presence during life's inevitable ups and downs. Yet he's acutely aware of Liam's irreplaceable role as Beth's biological father. Carter insists on fostering a strong connection between Beth and Liam, encouraging regular visits and quality time. Unaware of the ticking time bomb that is Liam's undisclosed medical condition tumor that has been silently growing, threatening to rob Beth of her father far sooner than anyone anticipates. The irony is heartbreaking as Carter speaks of preserving Liam's place in Beth's life. Liam lies on an operating table, his heroic attempt to intervene in Luna's chaos potentially hastening his own demise. Hope, blissfully unaware, sips her coffee and smiles at Carter's words, her heart light with the promise of a new chapter. But what will happen when the news of Liam's critical condition reaches her? How will she react to the devastating possibility that Luna's reckless actions might have stripped Beth of her father? And in a twist of fate, will this tragedy be the catalyst that finally unveils Liam's hidden illness to Hope and her family, forcing them to confront a pain they never saw coming? The ripple effects, a community in crisis, as word of the incident spreads through the tight-knit circles of Los Angeles elite. The community braces for the aftershocks of Luna's actions. Friends and foes alike are left reeling, questioning how a young woman once seen as troubled but salvageable could spiral into such violence. Speculation runs rampant about what drove Luna to this breaking point. Was it untreated trauma, a desperate cry for attention, or something darker lurking beneath her fragile exterior? Local gossip columns are abuzz with theories, each more sensational than the last, while those closest to the victims grapple with raw and filtered grief and anger. At Forrester Creations, the news begins to filter through, casting a shadow over the usual flurry of design deadlines and boardroom battles. Steffi, though not directly involved in the shooting, feels the weight of the crisis as it touches those she holds dear. Her history with Liam and her complex relationship with Shyle add layers of personal stakes to the unfolding drama. Will she rush to the hospital, torn between past resentments and a need to support her loved ones? Or will the chaos reignite old conflicts, pulling the Forrester and Spencer families into yet another cycle of blame and recrimination? Next, we will delve into the intricate emotional landscape of the bold and the beautiful as we explore a recent episode filled with revelations and regrets surrounding Luna's tumultuous journey. This extended narrative will take you deeper into the heartfelt conversation between Lee and Finn, expanding on their reflections, introducing new layers to their evolving perspectives, and weaving in additional elements to enrich the drama that defines the Forrester and Spencer families. Join us as we unpack the complexities of parenthood, accountability, and the fragile hope for redemption in the heart of Los Angeles' most gripping soap opera storyline. A heartfelt reflection, Finn's regrets over Luna's past. In a quiet, emotionally charged moment at the Forrester mansion, Finn opens up about a pain that has long haunted him, the absence he feels for not being there during Luna's formative years. Sitting across from Lee in a room filled with family portraits that seem to mock his missed opportunities, Finn's voice cracks with raw emotion as he confesses how much he believes Luna's life could have taken a different path had he been a guiding figure. He imagines a parallel universe where he was more than just a name to her, where he could have taught her to ride a bike on sunny California afternoons or helped her with school projects late into the night. The weight of what if hangs heavy in the air. Keen-spoken possibility a dagger to his heart. Finn's regret is palpable as he wonders aloud whether his presence could have shielded Luna from the darkness that now defines her. He paints a vivid picture of the young girl she once was, contrasting it with the troubled woman she has become, her actions marred by violence and desperation. Though he was merely a young man himself when Luna came into the world, inexperienced and overwhelmed, Finn can't shake the knowing belief that he might have been a better parent than Poppy, whose own struggles often left Luna in the shadows. The uncertainty of whether he could have truly made a difference gnaws at him, a tormenting puzzle with no clear answers. Yet he clings to the idea of rewriting history, of turning back the clock to cradle a different future for his daughter. Lee's unexpected empathy, memories of a brighter Luna. Lee, often seen as the epitome of stoicism with her sharp edges and unyielding demeanor, surprises Finn and perhaps herself with a rare glimpse of vulnerability during their conversation. As they sit over cups of untouched tea, the steam curling into the quiet between them, Lee's gaze drifts to a distant memory, her usually stern features softening. She recalls Luna as a child, a radiant little girl with an infectious giggle who once filled rooms with light during family gatherings. Lee describes a specific momentous summer picnic where Luna, no older than 5, proudly presented her with a daisy chain she'd made. Her tiny hands smudged with dirt, but her smile pure sunshine. It's a stark, heartbreaking contrast to the Luna of today, whose hands are metaphorically stained with far darker deeds. Despite this nostalgic affection, Lee remains grounded in reality, her empathy for Luna tempered by a firm belief in responsibility. She admits to feeling a pang of sorrow for the path Luna has taken, acknowledging the neglect and instability that marked much of her upbringing under Poppy's care. Yet Lee is quick to assert that pity does not equate to absolution. Luna's crimes acts of chilling violence that have left an indelible mark on their community cannot be excused by a troubled past. Lee's internal conflict is evident. Her tone wavers between maternal concern and judicial sternness as she grapples with whether her softening heart might betray the justice she believes Luna must face. Could this moment mark a turning point for Lee? A willingness to see beyond the cold exterior she often wears. A shift in perspective, the possibility of redemption. The conversation takes a hopeful, if complicated, turn as both Finn and Lee begin to consider alternatives to the harsh fate that seems to await Luna. In the dimly lit room, surrounded by the echoes of happier family times, Finn proposes a radical idea. What if they could intervene before the legal system fully closes its iron grip around Luna? His eyes light up with a mixture of desperation and determination, as he suggests that Luna might benefit more from intensive mental health treatment than from the cold confines of a prison cell. He envisions a rehabilitation program, perhaps one set in a serene facility outside Los Angeles, where Luna could impact the trauma and choices that led her to this precipice. Guided by professionals who might help her find a sliver of the girl she once was. Lee, though initially resistant, finds herself nodding slowly, her mind racing with the logistics and moral implications of such a plan. She adds her own twist, suggesting they could leverage their influence to ensure Luna receives a psychiatric evaluation as part of any legal proceedings, a step that might illuminate underlying issues contributing to her behavior. However, Lee remains adamant that any intervention must be paired with accountability. She recalls past instances where Luna's actions were swept under the rug, a pattern she refuses to perpetuate. This newfound empathy from both Finn and Lee raises a tantalizing question. Could they be on the verge of welcoming Luna back into the fold? Not as a lost cause, but as someone deserving of a second chance with the right support? Or is this merely a fleeting moment of compassion before harsher realities set in? The Blame Game Poppy's shadow looms large. As their dialogue deepens, Lee's frustration bubbles to the surface, particularly when the topic shifts to Poppy's role in Luna's unraveling. With a sharpness returning to her voice, Lee criticizes Poppy's parenting, painting a damning picture of a mother too consumed by fleeting romances and substance abuse to provide the stability Luna so desperately needed. She describes evenings when Poppy would vanish into the night, leaving a young Luna to fend for herself, often falling asleep to the sound of unanswered phone calls rather than lullabies. Lee argues that this neglect seeds of abandonment and resentment in Luna, roots that grew into the destructive tendencies they witness now. Yet even as Lee places significant blame on Poppy, she circles back to a crucial point. Upbringing alone cannot account for the cold-blooded decisions Luna has made. The path from a neglected child to a perpetrator of violence is not a straight line, and Luna must own the choices that have led to bloodshed and pain. Fane, though quieter on this point, seems to wrestle with a similar dichotom as empathy for Luna's past does not erase the present reality of her actions. This tension underscores a broader theme in their discussion: the delicate balance between understanding and accountability, between the longing to rescue and the necessity of consequence. Ripples of change, family dynamics in flux. The implications of Finn and Lee's evolving stance on Luna extend far beyond their immediate conversation, threatening to reshape the fragile alliances within their extended family. Across town, Steffi, Finn's partner and a fierce protector of her own family's legacy, remains unaware of the emotional shift occurring in Finn's heart. When she learns of his desire to prioritize Luna's rehabilitation polity at the expense of time and energy that could be devoted to their own children, tension is inevitable. One can envision a heated confrontation in the Forrester living room. Steffi's eyes flashing with her as she questions whether Finn's guilt over Luna is pulling him away from the life they've built together. Finn, caught between his rekindled paternal instincts and his commitment to Steffi, might face an agonizing choice. Sources close to the family speculate that he could temporarily distance himself from Luna if Steffi demands it, perhaps even allowing legal consequences to take their course as a means of preserving his marriage. Such a decision, however, would come at a steep cost, potentially alienating Luna further and deepening the rift with Lee, who seems increasingly invested in Luna's potential for change. The resulting friction could ignite long-simmering resentments between the Forrester and Spencer clans. With accusations of betrayal and misplaced loyalty flying like daggers at a family dinner gone awry. Community reactions the divided landscape as whispers of Finn and Lee's conversation spread through the tight-knit social circles of Los Angeles. Opinions among friends, colleagues, and even casual acquaintances at Forrester Creations are sharply divided. Some, like longtime Forrester employee Pam, express cautious optimism, sharing stories of Luna's kinder moments, times when she showed genuine remorse or vulnerability, and arguing that with the right help, she could turn her life her own. Others, including a faction led by Ridge, remain skeptical, pointing to the trail of destruction Luna has left behind as evidence that some lines once crossed cannot be uncrossed. Social media buzzes with fan theories. Hashtags like Savaluna Injustice for victims trending as viewers weigh in on whether compassion or consequence should prevail. The local press, ever eager for a sensational story, begins to speculate on whether Finn's medical background and Lee's influence could sway legal outcomes, painting dramatic scenarios of courtroom battles where Luna's fate hangs on the testimony of her arranged family. Meanwhile, at University Hospital, where Finn often works, colleagues murmur about the ethical dilemmas of treating a patient who might also be a perpetrator, adding another layer of complexity to the unfolding narrative. Next, we will uncover the multifaceted world of Shan Kanan, the talented star of The Bold and the Beautiful, whose creative endeavors extend far beyond the soap opera screen. In this expansive feature, we'll dive deep into his recent activities, from reprising iconic roles to venturing into groundbreaking film projects, while adding fresh insights and imaginative details to highlight his dynamic career. Get ready to explore the life of an actor, author, producer, and all-around inspiring figure who continues to captivate audiences with his boundless energy and passion for storytelling. Let's journey through the latest chapters of Sean Kanan's professional saga, filled with surprises, collaborations, and fan adoration. A star on multiple stages, Sean Kanan's diverse talents. Sean Kanan, beloved for his portrayal of complex characters on The Bold and the Beautiful, is a man of many talents whose schedule brims with eclectic pursuits that keep fans buzzing with excitement. Beyond the dramatic hallways of Forrester Creations, Kanan has been igniting screens and imaginations alike with endeavors that showcase his versatility. Whether he's delivering thought-provoking TED talks that inspire personal growth, experimenting with unique entrepreneurial ventures like crafting bespoke hot sauces with fiery flavor profiles, or exploring innovative health trends such as biohacking with specialized treatments, Kanan embodies the spirit of a modern Renaissance man. His zest for life and creativity seems to know no bonds, often sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses of his adventures on social media, where followers eagerly await every update. Recently, Kanan has thrilled fans by stepping back into the martial arts arena with his reprisal of Mike Barnes and Cobra Kai, the wildly popular spin-off series from the Karate Kid franchise. This return to a character known for his intensity and edge has reignited nostalgia among longtime admirers, while introducing the new generation to Kanan's commanding screen presence, filming scenes in sun-drenched dojus, and engaging in choreographed battles. He's reminded everyone of his physical prowess and emotional depth, bringing fresh layers to a role that once defined his early career. Social media posts from the Cobra Kai set show Kanan laughing with co-stars between takes. His camaraderie evident even as he embodies a fierce antagonist, proving that his charm extends both on and off the screen, unveiling a cinematic gem, the Persian rug. Among the myriad projects keeping Kanan busy, one of the most intriguing is a short film titled The Persian Rug, a piece he recently teased on Instagram with a playful yet revealing post. In the image, a beaming man later identified as Gabriel Beristain. The film's esteemed director and cinematographer holds a frame print resembling a magazine cover for Filmo International Film Guide dated summer 2015. The frame piece, with its vintage aesthetic and bold typography, seems to nod to the artistic ambition of their collaboration. Kanan's caption humorously notes at Beristanga, "Our amazing director from the Persian Rug." I told him I'd autograph a photo for him, but this is a bit much. Sparking laughter and curiosity among his followers. This post not only highlights the mutual respect between Kanan and Beristain, but also offers a tantalizing hint at the visual and thematic depth of the project they're crafting together. According to details gleaned from IMDb, the Persian Rug promises to be a profound exploration of life's intricate challenges. Described as a soliloquy on the difficult decisions one must navigate to arrive at the best possible path. Imagine a narrative woven with introspection, where Kanan's character perhaps sits alone in a dimly lit room adorned with an ornate Persian rug. Its pattern symbolizing the tangled threads of fate as he voices inner conflicts over choices that could alter everything. The film setting might evoke a cultural crossroads, blending elements of heritage and modernity, with Kanan delivering monologues that tug at the heartstrings, while cinematic visuals slightly shaped by Beristan's masterful lens capture every nuance of emotion. This short film, still under wraps, is poised to showcase Kanan's ability to delve into quieter, more introspective roles, a stark contrast to the high-octane drama of Cobra Kai. Stellar collaborations, a cast of talent. Adding to the anticipation for the Persian Rug is its impressive ensemble, a testament to Kanan's knack for aligning with remarkable talent. Co-starring alongside him is Shalomi, whose powerful performances in the espionage series Tron have earned her critical acclaim. Amy's ability to portray layered, intense characters suggests she might bring a pivotal dynamic to the film, perhaps as a figure from Kanan's character's past whose presence forces a reckoning with buried truths. Then there's Catherine Carlin, recognized for her compelling role as Doctor Harrison and Doom Patrol, whose depth and versatility could add a haunting or grounding element to the story, may as a wise confidant or a spectral memory haunting the protagonist's decisions. Together, this trio promises a short film rich with emotional resonance and narrative intrigue. Behind the scenes, Gabriel Beristain's involvement elevates the project to new heights. A cinematographer and director with a storied resume, including work on major cinematic milestones, Beristain brings a visionary eye to the Persian Rug. Fans speculate that his signature style, often blending stark contrasts of light and shadow to mirror inner turmoil, will make every frame a piece of art, transforming the film into a visual poem. Kanan's trust in Beristain's direction is evident in his affectionate social media shout-out, hinting at a collaborative process filled with mutual admiration and creative synergy. This partnership, combined with the stellar cast, positions the Persian Rug as a must-watch indie gem that could make waves at film festivals, perhaps even garnering awards for its poignant storytelling. Fan frenzy community of support. The response to Kanan's Instagram post about the Persian Rug was nothing short of electric, with fans flooding the comments section with praise and enthusiasm. One follower proudly claiming shared Pennian roots exclaimed, "Wow, from a fellow Pennian. I would hang that on my wall," their admiration for Kanan's achievements practically leaping off the screen. Another Finn cheered at Shan. "Kanan, this is wonderful." Their double applause emojis echoing the collective excitement for his latest venture. A playful commenter riffed on Kanan's humorous caption, quipping, "It's never too much," reflecting the light-hearted camaraderie between the star and his audience. These reactions underscore Kanan's ability to connect with fans on a personal level, turning each project update into a shared celebration within his supportive community. This outpouring of love extends beyond social media, with fan forums and soap opera blogs buzzing about Cannon's diverse portfolio. Many expressed how he balances his bold and the beautiful commitments with such a wide array of external projects, from acting in high-profile series to producing thought-provoking films. Some fans even speculate on how Cannon's real-life creativity might influence his on-screen persona, wondering if future B&D storylines could incorporate elements of his entrepreneurial spirit or cinematic passions. This fervor highlights the deep bond Cannon has fostered with his audience, who eagerly follow every step of his journey, ready to champion his endeavors, whether they unfold on daytime TV or the indie film circuit. More on the horizon, upcoming ventures. Cannon's creative pipeline shows no signs of slowing, with several other projects simmering on the back burner, each promising to showcase different facets of his talent. Among them is The Bubble, a forthcoming show where he'll share the screen with soap opera veteran Patricia Darrow, known for her memorable roles across the genre. Details about The Bubble remain scarce, but whispers suggest it could be a satirical or heartfelt exploration of life's absurdities. Set in a quirky, self-contained world where Cannon and Darbo's chemistry might steal the show. Imagine a set filled with colorful characters in a claustrophobic environment. Perhaps a reality TV setup canary, where Cannon's wit and Darbo's warmth create comedic and poignant sparks. This collaboration has fans speculating about potential unworthy performances, given both actors' knack for blending humor with depth. Beyond The Bubble, Cannon continues to juggle roles as an author and producer, with rumors circulating about a potential memoir detailing his Hollywood journey. From Karate Kid fame to soap opera stardom, sources close to the actor hint at discussions for a documentary-style project that could chronicle his hot sauce venture, blending cooking demos with personal anecdotes about resilience and reinvention. Each of these endeavors reflects Cannon's relentless drive to explore new storytelling mediums, ensuring that his fans always have something fresh to look forward to. Whether it's a spicy condiment launch party or a gripping new series premiere, a man of many irons, the Cannon effect, at the heart of Sean Cannon's appeal, lies his ability to keep multiple irons in the fire without losing the personal touch that endears him to fans. His days whirl by in a blur of script readings, set visits, and brainstorming sessions for upcoming projects. Yet despite the hectic pace, he stays grounded, often connecting with fans through live Q and sessions on Instagram, or sharing heartfelt posts about his sources of inspiration. Industry insiders are impressed by his stamina, frequently spotting Cannon at film mixers and charity events where he passionately advocates for mental health awareness, adding a genuine layer to his public image. Cannon's reputation as an all-around good guy goes far beyond PR spin. Co-stars often share stories of his kindness, whether it's making sure craft services are stocked with everyone's favorite snacks or mentoring younger actors on navigating the industry's ups and downs. As Cannon continues to weave his magic across genres and platforms, his influence, affectionately dubbed the Seth Cannon effect by fans, ripples widely through entertainment circles. He's become a beacon of perseverance, proving that a career fueled by passion can evolve in surprising and delightful ways. Whether he's stirring things up in Cobra Kai, reflecting on life's complexities in the Persian rug, or plotting his next big move, Cannon keeps audiences hooked, showing that his story is just as compelling off-screen as it is on.